If you told me 7 months ago that my journey would have led me here, I probably would not have believed you, because when I started to pick up coding, when I started to live stream my progress on building websites and trying to get my certifications, I really thought that would be the only path that I would walk. Life doesn't move in straight lines. Sometimes it curves. Sometimes it even reveals things that you aren't even looking for. And today I want to tell you why my next chapter isn't about leaving anything behind, but actually trying to open up room in my future. Web development was the first time I actually felt like I had something to build towards. It taught me discipline, it taught me patience, it taught me how to learn again from zero. When I look back at my early streams and I see myself literally struggling to center a div or even use Flexbox, I actually smile, because that was when I started to build my confidence. Every tiny victory mattered. Every bug that I had fixed made me feel like, okay, maybe I could be doing something. Maybe this is for me. And honestly, web dev saved me from a place where I didn't have much direction. It gave me something to wake up for, something to grind toward, something to document and share with people who believed in me before I even believed in myself. Web dev was never content. It was growth. It was identity. It was proof that I can transform myself. But somewhere along this journey, something started to call me, but from a different direction. It was IT support. At first, I didn't take it seriously. I thought it was too different from web dev. I seen a lot of people who would crap on it, and for some reason, because of that, I always assumed there was no real career direction in that. But the more that I have learned, the more I looked into it, I realized IT support isn't what others made it seem. It is the foundation of all technology. It is the reason computers run, how networks exist, and how businesses function. It is the reason why your code even gets deployed in the first place. And for me, someone who loves technology and also wants stability, this is honestly the best path that you can go. It is practical, it is hands-on, it is financially stable. It opens doors to cybersecurity, networking, cloud, DevOps, everything. But more than anything, it just feels like the move that is truly aligned for me. It aligns with who I am becoming, not who I used to be, not who I thought I had to be, but who I really am and who I am ready to grow into. And the crazy thing is, the deeper I get into this IT support journey, the more excited I end up feeling. I'm learning hardware, I'm learning troubleshooting, I'm learning just everything that seems so interesting to me. Help desk tickets. I'm actually learning how computers function under the hood. Stuff that used to intimidate me is now starting to feel normal. Like when I started to learn about power supply and the motherboard, I was just so confused. I had no idea what was going on. It honestly all felt like a foreign language. But now it feels like unlocking a new superpower. Now I understand the wattage. I understand how you want to make sure that that wattage matches other components. You want to make sure that everything is compatible with each other. But it feels like a superpower because I'm unlocking new skills that can literally be used anywhere. It could be used at home, it could be used for work, tech support, freelance, side hustles, even future business ideas. The pivot isn't random, it's not impulsive. It's not me abandoning one dream for another, which I already feel like I completed my web dev dream. I became a freelance web developer. But it is me leveling up. It is me adding a new skill to my arsenal. Me opening doors for my future. And honestly, it just feels right. Now here's the part that I really want y'all to understand. I'm not leaving web dev. Not even close. In fact, I am bringing it with me, because the truth is web dev and IT support still go hand in hand. When you understand hardware, operating system, networking, servers, you become a better developer. And that's why I ended up finding a way to keep both of them on the channel while still allowing myself to close this web dev journey. Every time I learn a new IT topic, I'm going to be creating a website that explains that. A website that teaches the topics. A website that helps with beginners who are trying to learn this topic. A website that helps me understand it deeper. So starting Friday, and don't take that a little bit too seriously, I might do it on Friday. The goal is to do it on Friday, but the days have just been so busy. Okay, let me just get to the point. The Introduction to Computers Explained Simply. That is going to be the first site that I decide to create. And I'm going to end up doing one on hardware, on networks, on operating systems, on cybersecurity, the more that I learn And the more that I grow, the more topics I will be creating. Meaning it allows me to keep practicing web dev because I'm going to have to create a space where I can put all these topics and this content in, but I'm creating the website in itself, and it's going to be super cool. It's going to keep me improving my design skills, my coding skills, my writing skills. I'm going to keep producing real projects, and I keep reinforcing everything that I'm going to be learning in IT. This is not a pivot away from web dev. This is a pivot that actually makes my web dev better. I know some of you have watched me from the very beginning, through the confusion, through all the late night streams, or early morning for me technically, and all of the times that I had doubted myself and kept pushing. I want you to know something. I am still that person, just a better version now, because this IT path offers something that I've been craving for a while: stability, a career, and a future. A chance to earn more, a chance to build more for myself, a chance to take care of the people I love, and a chance to stop feeling stuck. And learning this stuff, even though it's confusing sometimes, makes me feel capable in a way I have not felt before. It finally feels like my life is moving in a direction that I always wanted it to go. Not fast, not perfect, not easy, but real. And I am proud of that. And I hope you are too. So yeah, this is where my journey goes next. Not away from anything, not giving up on anything, not abandoning what I have already built here, but expanding it, growing it, strengthening it. This is a new chapter. This is a better one that builds on everything I've done so far instead of replacing it. So that everyone who's been here from day one, I am not done, not even close. We are just getting started. So welcome to the new chapter. Let's grow in it together. So as you can see, this is a little bit after I ended up recording everything. I'm a little snuggly, about to go in, live stream a bit later, but I wanted to talk about how excited I really am for this IT support journey. I just feel like it opens up so much paths, and I know I've gotten into it a little bit previously in this video, but I wanted to get a little bit more in depth about how this can turn a lot into side hustles, right? Because if you end up learning the hardware or learning how to build a PC, that is a whole side hustle within itself, because you can sit there and sell those PCs for about $500, maybe even $1,000, depending on how much you're charging to go and build this PC, and then you can make money like that. And imagine how many people in this world want custom PCs that you can build and even possibly ship out to them and or give it to people in person. I'm thinking about courses, right? You can make courses teaching things that you actually have learned when it ends up coming up to IT support. And it can even get even deeper than that. So you can even offer IT support services to people around you. They even have apps where you're able to log on. It's kind of like DoorDash, where people kind of order you to come and fix something or put their issues out there, obviously, and then you can pick it up. And I'm like, I think people miss how much of the income that you can make if you really put your all into it. Of course, when you're a little bit older, you might want to be a little bit more relaxed, which is why there's still that career path that you can go down, either getting into networking or system admin, possibly even trying to take a trip to cybersecurity, right? But if you're someone who's a little bit younger and you're used to kind of putting in the work, putting in the overtime, doing whatever you got to do to get that, to get paid pretty much, there was just so many different options, like I said, with building PCs, having courses, and whose name was Shane, I believe, in my live streams, and he gave me such a good idea, and he was talking about maybe I can make a separate channel that can actually help people who may have issues with, they need a certain specifications for a laptop, but they may not really know what they're looking for. So it's kind of like a IT support specialist, but through a YouTube channel, where let's say people are like, I need a PC that can run fast, but I'm on a cheap budget of $1,002. You know what I mean? And then I could sit there and be like, you know what? You are going to need these specifications, these ones. But since you want a cheaper option, you could probably go for this. You know what I mean? And kind of point certain things out to people to try and get them to, of course, know what they are looking for. But all right, okay, now I'm gonna let y'all go. Sorry, started ranting. Catch you on the next one. Make sure you end up hitting that like, comment, and subscribe. Deuces.